Nibi, Ashutosh, Shivani and their team. Thank you for inviting and giving NISM and me opportunity to talk about careers in securities market. Now friends, what I'm going to talk about is that the previous speaker was here. His name was Mr. Ridham Desai. How to make career like Ridham Desai in securities market. That is what I'm going to talk about. Ashutosh was asking him about, talking about some sectors which are good to investment, talking about some stocks which are good for investment. But how to understand that? How to understand the sectors which are good for investment? How to understand the stocks which are good for investment? How to learn that? I am going to talk about that. Friends, as they say that more than 1,000 words, one picture can say a lot. I would like to say that more than 1,000 pictures, one video clip can say a lot. I would like to show one video clip which will tell you about the organization where I work, that is called National Institute of Securities Market. Recently, our organization, new campus of our organization was inaugurated at Patal Ganga near Navi Mumbai, and Prime Minister inaugurated that. I'll just show you a small video clip which will give you idea about what is NISM and what is role of NISM in our economy.
Ever since the dawn of civilization, trade has inspired communities to engage with each other. And at the heart of this global reciprocity lies India, offering one of the oldest known free trade networks for the merchants of both East and West. With rapid expansion in the global trade at the turn of 17th century, began the era of modern banking and capital markets as investors formed enterprises and shared their ventures, risks and profits. However, in a lucrative but uncertain marketplace, capital raising and investor protection needed to go hand in hand. And hence, markets were organized into stock exchanges. India experienced her share of economic evolution in 1875 with setting up of the Bombay Stock Exchange and the commencement of trading in commodity derivatives. Similar exchanges were constituted in the other parts of the country. New legislative measures were brought to manage business and aid Indian industries post-independence. 4 landmark legislations came into force to regulate the stock markets. While Indian capital markets evolved and geared up for globalization in the 1980s, they also suffered from several shortcomings. To tackle these issues and ensure a healthy growth of capital markets, a separate board for the regulation of stock exchanges and the securities industries was set up by the Government of India in 1988. SEBI was born. Gaining autonomy in 1992, SEBI transformed the market policy from a control-based regime to a disclosure-based regime. A fully automated, demutualized, electronic and order-driven exchange followed next, bringing in a much-desired competition to accelerate the process of development and reforms. With world-class depositories and dematerialization of securities, SEBI rid investors of bad delivery, frauds and delays associated with physical securities. The initiative also made settlement mechanism more efficient and transparent, paving the path for nationwide trading. Mutual funds regulations, new FPI regulatory regime and introduction of derivative products by SEBI led to massive investments from all quarters in recent times. In 2014, the Government of India strengthened the SEBI by providing additional powers that further enhanced the Indian regulator's enforcement capabilities. SEBI now kept a sternal vigil over the market to maintain market integrity and protect investors. A journey of almost 3 decades has seen SEBI emerge as one of the most effective and respected regulators in the world. Yet, to complete this journey towards developing a world-class securities and commodities exchange mechanism, SEBI needed an extensive network of knowledgeable and trustworthy market professionals. To meet the challenge, the Government of India authorized SEBI to set up an institute for teaching and training intermediaries expertise in the securities markets and promoting research. And thus, National Institute of Securities Markets came into being. NISM has 6 schools of excellence that offer 5 full-time and part-time academic programs, 22 certifications, and numerous specialized training programs to continuously reskill existing professionals to meet the requirements of the dynamic marketplace. NISM's financial literacy campaigns have initiated a silent revolution across the country and have tremendously improved general public's awareness about banking, investments, and personal finance. To create a financially aware and empowered India, NISM has been entrusted to implement the National Strategy for Financial Education. But to meet the growing demands of an expanding capital market of an emerging economy, the existing infrastructure of NISM was not enough. With all the support from Government of Maharashtra, which included an allotment of 70 acres of land, NISM took a quantum leap by setting up a new state-of-the-art campus at Patal Ganga, located along Mumbai-Pune Expressway. Funded by SEBI, the new NISM campus is a sustainable green campus and boasts of all modern facilities to foster exchange of ideas, conducting cutting-edge research, and inspire dialogue across industries and countries. With this new campus, NISM stands uniquely poised to become an institution that would not only serve financial markets in India, but also the other developing markets of SAARC, Middle East and Africa. Today, we welcome the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to inaugurate a future that beacons India.
Friends, this was the introduction about NISM that was given to Prime Minister, the same that I have shared with you. Now I'm going to talk little about NISM, little about securities market, because I understand there are some students in the audience. And then there are 2 major points that I'm going to talk about is careers in securities market with respect to NISM. Hello? Friends, National Institute of Securities Market, as is repeatedly told to you, is an educational institution established by SEBI. The purpose, the role of NISM is to lead, catalyze and deliver educational initiatives to enhance quality of securities market. Friends, NISM has pretty request is if I can talk in Hindi. Okay. NISM का यहाँ पे बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स लिखा हुआ है, जहाँ पे सम ऑफ द फेसेस कुछ चेहरे ऐसे हैं जिसे आप जानते होंगे, लाइक उदय कोटक और चंदा कोचर और आशीष नंदा एट्सेट्रा, ऐसे काफ़ी बड़े और सिक्योरिटीज़ मार्केट में और बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री में जाने वाले लोग यहाँ पर है. The objectives of NISM, number in short, suppose we want to understand, 4 objective है. एक professionalizing the Indian securities market, creating skilled new age securities market professionals, enhancing competence and knowledge and skills of existing professionals, and empowering the nation with financial awareness. Now, how it is done, I'll come to it in next few slides. Now, as in the previous video clip, I had shown that NISM की कुछ activities है. एक activity है उसमें academic programs like 1-year program. NISM runs some 1-year program, एक साल के एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम्स है. दूसरा है सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम. किसी को भी सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट में या कैपिटल मार्केट में काम करना है तो वहाँ पे कुछ एलिजिबिलिटी होती है, कोई भी जाके काम नहीं कर सकता है. सो देर आर सम सर्टिफिकेशन रिक्वायरमेंट. वो सर्टिफिकेशन एग्जामिनेशंस NISM डेवलप्स एंड कंडक्ट्स एग्जामिनेशन. दूसरा है रेगुलेटरी स्टडीज, हाउ रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया या सेबी इनके लोगों को पढ़ाने के लिए रेगुलेटरी स्टडीज है. Then there is something called financial literacy and financial inclusion. मतलब बहुत सारे लोगों को छोटी छोटी बातें फिनांस के बारे में या पैसों के बारे में समझ में नहीं आती है, तो वो कैसे सिखाई जा सकती है वो फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी में बताया जाता है। उसके बाद में कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस एंड रिसर्च के बारे में भी NISM काम करता है। फ्रेंड्स, some of you are students here, so I would like to give a small overview of securities market. Securities market is involves something called basic idea is a security which is a tradable financial asset. So fixed deposit हम जिसको financial हम इसको security नहीं बोल सकते, और एक इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी है उसको हम सिक्योरिटी नहीं बोल सकते, बट एन इक्विटी शेयर और अ बॉन्ड इसको हम सिक्योरिटी बोलते हैं. सो वॉट एवर इज ट्रेडेबल, अ ट्रेडेबल फाइनेंशियल एसेट इज कॉल्ड अ सिक्योरिटी. सो जिसमें बॉन्ड्स, इक्विटीज और डेरिवेटिव्स इस तरह के से इंस्ट्रूमेंट शामिल होते हैं. फ्रेंड्स, इसमें बेसिकली सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट में होता क्या है, देर आर सम पीपल हु रिक्वायर मनी and there are some people who have money. So people who require money and people who have money, जिन लोगों को पैसे की ज़रूरत है और जिन लोगों के पास पैसा है, ऐसे लोग एक साथ आते हैं and that creates securities market. Friends, now securities market, Indian securities market has become quite big. आपको अगर पता हो तो all the companies which are listed on BSE or which are listed on NSE, इनकी collective value देखी जाए तो this is around 115 lakh crore. So that is the size of our securities market. That is the total market capitalization. So one can imagine how big is the size. Now friends, for all these activities, you know, there are different kinds of issuers. That is, people who require money are called issuers. People who invest money, they are called investors. And people who are in between these issuers and investors, they are called intermediaries. So in our market, there are different kinds of intermediaries like stock brokers and sub brokers and custodians, registrar and transfer agent. ऐसे अलग-अलग तरीके के intermediaries हैं जिनके पास हमारे students के लिए करियर करने के लिए बहुत सारी opportunities available है. Friends, I would like to talk a little more on securities, careers in securities market. There are two aspects. One is long-term career, you know, long-term programs of NISM and short-term programs of NISM. Friends, as far as, you know, many of you, some of you are students, some of you are parents of students. So you may be looking at what kind of career that can be made in securities market. किस तरीके का career securities market में बन सकता है. इसमें who are the employers, who are going to give jobs, कौन आपको नौकरी देने वाला है, कौन आपको जॉब देने वाला है. सो यहाँ पे है म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स है, एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनीज है, बैंक्स है, ब्रोकरेज फर्म्स है, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज कंसल्टेंट्स है, स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस है, इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइजरी फर्म्स है, डिपॉजिटरी पार्टिसिपेंट्स है. ये एंटिटीज है, ऑल ऑफ देम दे आर विलिंग टू गिव जॉब्स फॉर पीपल इन सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट. और इनके पास ये इनकी साइज कितनी बड़ी है, हाउ बिग इज दिस मार्केट, हाउ बिग आर दिस इंटरमीडियरीज, व्हाट इज द नंबर ऑफ इंटरमीडियरीज. एज यू मे बी नोइंग, देयर आर 3 मेजर स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस, 3 बड़े शेयर बाजार है हमारे पास, और अराउंड 5000 ब्रोकर्स है, अराउंड 37,000 सब ब्रोकर्स है, पोर्टफोलियो मैनेज करने वाली 200 कंपनियां है, 47 अराउंड 47 म्यूचुअल फंड्स है, 2 डिपॉजिटरी है और 800 डिपॉजिटरी पार्टिसिपेंट्स है, merchant bankers are around 200. Like, there are so many people in securities market who are willing to offer jobs, but these jobs are not available. ये jobs सब लोगों के लिए available नहीं है, इसके लिए some special qualification लगता है. Any commerce graduate or any engineering graduate or even for that matter even a chartered accountant cannot get in this market so easily. For that you require some special qualification, you know. What kind of jobs, किस तरीके की नौकरियां यहाँ पे मिल सकती है. यू कैन बिकम अ ब्रोकर और सब ब्रोकर, यू कैन बिकम कस्टोडियन, यू कैन बिकम म्यूचुअल फंड एडवाइजर, वन कैन बिकम अ डीलर, दैट इज समबडी हु इज टेकिंग ऑर्डर्स फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टर्स, वन कैन बिकम मर्चेंट बैंकर, वन कैन बिकम रिसर्च एनालिस्ट, आप रिसर्च एनालिस्ट बन सकते हो, बहुत सारे रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर बन सकते हो, पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजर बन सकते हो. ऐसे डिफरेंट अलग अलग तरीके के जॉब्स अवेलेबल है. नाउ एज ऑफ नाउ, आज की तारीख में सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट में अराउंड 35 लाख लोग काम करते हैं. 35 lakhs इज अ बिग नंबर, एंड एवरी ईयर, हर साल अराउंड 2 से 3 लाख लोगों की ये मार्केट में जरूरत होती है. सो इट मीन्स दैट लॉट ऑफ करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर अवेलेबल इन सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट. फ्रेंड्स, why it is necessary, why one should take NISM examination? There are some other agencies also who are offering different examinations. One reason for taking NISM examination is that these examinations provide you authentic knowledge on every aspects of securities market, and they provide also practical and up-to-date knowledge about Indian securities market. It increases employment opportunities, thereby satisfying the employee expectation. Friends, NISM examinations are highly credible in the market, and these are acceptable all over the country, across the country and across the financial markets. There is one offer for students that NISM can come to your campus and conduct examination if there are 50 students available on one day, suppose they are taking examination. NISM has got some long-term program. One long-term program is postgraduate program in securities market. Now earlier certification that I talked to you, all the certifications were self-study. That is, you can enroll for an examination and study on your own and give examination at any of the 200 centers across the country. But this program, postgraduate program in securities market, this is a full-time residential program and for 1 year. Now you may be aware of different big institutions in the country like IIMs and IITs and all. But recently what a video clip I showed you, it shows a campus which is equally big and very credible institution in securities market. Now one of the program that NISM is offering, that is called postgraduate program in securities market, which is 1 year full-time and career-oriented program. Friends, this program prepares you to become a research analyst or forex management and advisor. The program can make you a financial planner or investment advisor. The program can make you wealth manager or somebody in operations management. It can make you a relationship manager also. Friends, NISM is very close to the financial markets in the country, and that's why NISM gets best of the faculty and best of the employers on its campus. These are some of the companies which have come to NISM campus, and they have recruited people, they have recruited students from NISM. You may be knowing that. I would like to tell you that this year 9 students have been recruited by NISM. Before the program was over, in the month of December only, one bank has recruited 9 students by offering them salary of 9 lakhs rupees each. The program fees 4.5 lakhs, 4.75 lakhs. So before the program was over, 9 students got jobs, which was much more than the fees that they have paid for 1 year. So these are the companies which have come, like Asit Mehta, ICICI Bank, SBI Mutual Fund, ICICI Securities, Kotak Mutual Fund, UTI, Accenture, and so many. Admissions for these programs are open. All the information about PGPSM program and our certification is available on the counter which are at the entrance of this hall, of this ground. The first stage of getting into PGPSM program is you have to fill up an online application. Based on your application, a student will get shortlisted. There will be an essay writing and personal interview, and then you may get selected for the program. If any information is required, it is available through admission help desk, through missed calls, through email IDs, and on NISM website. Friends, since securities market, very few people apart from Mumbai and Delhi and top metros know about this market, which can offer you very rewarding career. So I request the students and parents of the students to take cognizance of NISM's different program and see to it that your wards, your kids, they make a good career like the previous speaker, Ridham Desai, in the market.